Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Real quick, this is just a video. You're going to hear the GoPro audio directly first, and then you'll hear the treatment kick in. My main goal, this is a kind of a Americana Bob Dylan sort of vibe with a little bit heavier, dynamic, element. But what's really important is we're trying to get the live sound. We're trying to get this drum sound to sound like it blends with the other instruments. Unfortunately, I can't use the track yet because the track itself isn't done. But this all blends nicely. It feels like it belongs in there with the acoustic guitar and the vocals and all that. And the room reverb and his vocal reverb and all that match really nicely. So hopefully you can get an idea of what's happening. Okay, so we're going to try to do this kind of on the quick side. This is the mix I did for Pete's tune, but this isn't the take, obviously, for the tune. So I'm just using the same mix. I'm going to disable everything and then kind of, put it back together again so you guys can see what I did. Again, it's dependent on the song. So if there's elements of this mix that you say there's too much reverb, or I don't like the compression on this, or it's a little too big and boomy sounding for an Americana kind of thing, you have to keep in mind. Unfortunately, I don't have the track yet, but we'll be posting that soon as well. So it fits in the track really nicely. Like I said before, the reverbs match nicely and really help glue and blend everything together. And I think the number one thing is trying to get that cohesive, 3 guys, 4 guys in a room playing music together sound, even though we're doing this in a remote context. So here's what we've got just as far as the track goes, with all the individual mics. Everything's flat. There's some panning going on, as you'll see. And if I pull up my faders, you could see obviously I mixed mixed fader volumes and levels and whatnot. still feeling the kick, still feeling the low end, still feeling enough room sound, but getting enough snare sound. We're going to start adding some of the processing back in. Basic EQ on the kick, and then I did some compression, very, very little, just to kind of give it a little extra snap there, but not much at all. We're actually not using this kick duplicate that you see here, so disregard that. Snare's going to really come to life here. We're doing some EQ, and then we're giving it a little bit of compression again, but very faint. Using it more to kind of keep out if I bypass it. It really just helps put the snare drum up front more and suppress some of the stuff that wants to creep into that snare mic. We did also leave out the snare side mic. The toms I didn't even EQ, and that's for a few reasons, but I'm going to go back actually to the beginning here in a second. Kicking the rooms, you'll see a big difference with the room, so we're adding the room EQ. Just try to clean things up a little bit, dip out this 300 range that tends to not be, doesn't play nicely in my room. Did a little compression, and then obviously the reverb, a little delay on the reverb, just enough so that the dry tones can cut through and the attack of the drums and the close mics, and then the reverb to add depth after the fact. And then I added some of the soft tube saturation. And you'll see it really, again, added more length to the room mic and got your attention away from the close mics. Now our drum bus is just going to be EQ followed by the mastering plugin here, the API 2500. I'm not a mastering guy. I'm barely a mix guy, so I'm just using a preset. I tweak the threshold, I think, a little bit, and I push the output a tiny bit as well. You'll hear that. Really get that close mic sound to cut through again, but really gives it the whole thing a little bit more energy. And just to smooth out the transients and help give it a little bit more of that old school vibe, we're doing the J37. Then little parallel compression of sorts. Going on with this decapitator. So again, still able to get all of the room and the fullness and all that stuff, but we're really able to get the cut through of the cross stick in this case. If I go back again here to the beginning of the track, you'll hear that snare pop up more. We'll disable it again. And then when we engage it, you'll hear a little bit more grit and a little bit more of a gnarlier sound. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to keep it kind of short and sweet. If you have any questions, send me an email, nddrums44@gmail.com. I'm available for remote tracking and all that fun stuff, and always looking for new people to work with, obviously. I'll be putting up more examples of extra, just not extra, but different styles and different approaches for different tracks for clients. So hopefully you guys can all get an idea of what we're doing here. And if you like it, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.